in this video, I'm going to show you what linear approximation is and how to use tangent lines in order to approximate functions. So let's say you have a curve, right? It doesn't matter what the curve looks like, just any curve as long as it's differentiable and continuous. So if you wanted to linear approximate, the whole idea of linear approximation is you use some tangent line, use a function of a tangent line, right? And then you plug in whatever x value you're looking for. So what actually happens is, well, this tangent line right here can be represented with a function using point slope form. And you can sort of look at this blue point here. Well, this blue point's on your function, correct? Let's say this blue point is at x equals 3. All right. Basically, the whole gist, the whole point of linear approximation is instead of plugging in your x value into some long-ass function every single time you wanted to get a point that's super, super close to something, you can find the equation of the tangent line. Now it's a linear function that's way easier to plug into a calculator and way easier for computers to do. So once you find the equation of this tangent line, you can plug in the x value into the tangent line that you're trying to solve for on the real function. And then you can kind of get a point that's super, super close. So if you plug in x into your tangent line function, you will get this yellow point. But if you plug in x into your curve, your actual curve you're trying to approximate, you get this blue point. But as you can tell, well, these are extremely close. They're super, super close together. So the whole idea of linear approximation is it's just a good estimate using using a tangent line, so you can have an easier function to plug things into many times. So let's go ahead and do some problems related to linear approximation, and you'll figure out that soon. Most of it's just finding the equation of the tangent line. The rest is just introduction algebra. So really, this is just a simple example of what linear approximation can look like. Honestly, if you get a function square root of x, you're not gonna use linear approximation in the real world. You can just plug that into a calculator. That's extremely easy, but for more complicated functions, you're going to need to use linear approximation. But in this case, I'm just showing you a simple function just because, for the sake of learning, so you don't have to think about many things at the same time. Okay, well, how do you find the equation of a tangent line? That's what I've been spewing nonsense about this entire time without showing you. Well, the equation of a tangent line using point slope form looks like this, where x null and y null are points on your tangent line. So it's just any point on the tangent line, x null and y null. And when you have a tangent line, the whole idea of a tangent line is that it intersects your function with a straight line at one point locally. So basically you can use that intersection point as your x null, y null values. And m is simply the slope of the tangent line. But m is simply the slope of the tangent line, which is your derivative. So your derivative, definition of a derivative is the slope of the tangent line. So m, pretty easy to find. It's a derivative, x null, y null, your point you're trying to approximate the graph. And we're trying to approximate x equals 4.1. So the square root of 4.1, right? Well, you can just plug that into a calculator. But let's go ahead and use linear approximation. So what is a point that's super, super close to 4.1? That would make sense. That's a whole number, right? You want to use whole numbers most of the time. Well, we can choose x equals 4. It's close to 4.1. It's an x value that's close to 4.1, and it's a whole number that's easy to do math with rather than decimals. So what we'll do is we need to find the y null value now. We have the x null value because that is the point on the graph, right? That we're trying to that the tangent line intersects with. So y null is 2. And why is that? Well, let's put nulls here. Well, because if you just plug in 4 into square root, you get 2. So that's why we're using 4 and 2 here. Okay, let's go ahead and find the derivative of this. So the derivative of our function is equal to, well, using power rule, it's 1 over 2 square root of x. All right, now we just need to find the slope of the tangent line. Well, the slope of the tangent line is just by plugging in the x value. You plug in the x value you're approximating from. So the x value we're approximating from is 4. That's the slope of the tangent line at the point that intersects the graph. So Plug in 4 here, you get 1 over 2 square root of 4, which is just 1 over 4. So the slope of the tangent line is 1 over 4. So all we need to do is just plug everything in. Y minus 2 is equal to 1/4 x minus 4. And then basically, this is your function for the tangent line. There you go. It's quite easy to do. Now, all you need to do is plug in the value you're trying to approximate. So 4.1, right? So let's plug in 4.1 here. If you plug in 4.1, you get 1/4 times 0.1 equal to y minus 2. Let me get my calculator. So you get this times this, and blah, 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 blah. All right, and then you get your y value, which is what you're trying to approximate, of course, is equal to 2.025. So on the curve, your y value is no, not on the curve. On your tangent line, the y value is 2.025. But if you were to plug in the square root of 4.1 directly into square root, so if I plug in square root of 4.1, you get 2.0248. And as you can tell, these numbers are extremely similar. One uses linear approximation, and then one uses the actual function. Okay, so for this function, we need to approximate 1.05. Again, we just need to pick a simple x value that's super close, and it's a whole number that's easy to do math with. X equals 1 makes sense in this case, since we're trying to approximate 1.05. Okay, I'm supposed to write approximate ln of 1.05. So x equals 1, very simple number to pick. That's close to 1.5, the input of this function. All right, now what do we do next? Well, we need to find the y value, the x null and y null values, right? So if we're at x equals 1, we need to find the y value that is on the function at x equals 1. So if we plug in natural log of 1, well, this is just simply equal to 0, right? And that's equal to our y value. So our y value is equal to 0. Well, for point slope form, we can plug in everything. You get y minus y null, which is, since y null is 0, we can just ignore it. It's equal to x minus x null, which is 1. And now we just need to find m. So m is, again, just a derivative at x equals 1. So the derivative of ln of x is just 1 over x. If we plug in 1 here, we get 1. So if we plug in 1 into the derivative, we get 1 over 1, which is 1. So our slope m is just 1. Therefore, y is equal to x minus 1. Right? I can just get rid of the 1. It's multiplied 1 times x minus 1 is just x minus 1 as well. So we just got rid of the 1. So now we have the function, very simple function, matter of fact, y is equal to x minus 1. So if we just plug in your x value that you're trying to approximate, which is 1.05 in this case, then you get y minus 1.05 minus 1, which is equal to y is equal to 0.05. Now, if I were to put this directly into the calculator, so ln of 1.105. Okay, fine, I have to pause the video for a while. Okay, so if you were to just plug it into the calculator, you get 0.049. If I round, of course. 0.049, but this is unimmeasurably close to 0.05. Alright, let's go ahead and approximate cosine of 0.1. So what's a number that's really close to 0.1? Whole number, super easy to do math with. Again, number that's super close to 0.1 is just, boom, 0. Probably the easiest number to do math with. So this one, you're already in for a good ride. Alright, x null is equal to 0. We need to plug in 0 into your function. You get cosine of 0, which is equal to 1. Cosine of 0 is equal to 1. Using your unit circle, or if you use some other method to solve for trig functions, cosine of 0 is equal to 1. Therefore, our y null value is equal to 1. So if we were to plug this into our formula, y minus y null, which is 1, is equal to mx minus x null, which is 0. So it's just mx. Alright, let's go ahead and find m. So m is your derivative. The derivative of cosine is equal to negative sine of x. Okay. Now we just need to find the derivative at x equals 0. So if we plug in 0 into negative sine of x, well, negative sine of 0 is equal to 0. Therefore, our slope is 0 in this case. So y is equal to y minus 1 is equal to 0 times x, just 0. Therefore, y is equal to 1. So this one didn't require any plugging in due to the fact that the slope was equal to 0. But if you were to plug this in, let's plug in cosine of 0.1. Cosine of 0.1, cosine of 0.1 is equal to, on your calculator, 0.995. Like, come on. That's one is basically the same thing. These two, very similar. That's why linear approximation is very helpful and useful. But, as always, if you have any questions, put it down in the comment section. And if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing and liking the video. Thanks for watching.